So this is what the pasta looks like when it's done. So it's kind of pink. It's not... I have some roasted red pepper on my finger. Yum. It's kind of pink. It's not pretty like it was before I cooked it. So yeah, that's a bit of a disappointment, right? But I knew it would happen because I've made beet pasta before, and that's what happened. Oh, apple just fell. So now there's beet pulp in the pasta, there's kale pulp in the filling, and really there's most of this is pulp. I used roasted red peppers so that I'd have a lot of flavor in here in the sauce. And then all of these orange tomatoes, they've been juiced. So the base of this sauce is pulp. And I use these tomatoes just in half, cut in half, because they hold their shape really well. So then it looks like this is, I don't know, a really hearty sauce, but really there's a lot of pulp in there. I used apple juice to sweeten it up because I have lots of apple juice from my tree, and green onions. I thought they'd look prettier in the sauce. They really don't. So anyway, and I put some fresh basil on top to make it look fancy, and then I put it on while the sauce was still too hot, so it's darkened and doesn't look as pretty. Anyway, but it was fresh cut about a half an hour ago, so absolutely fresh. And then I put some avocado on so that he can have avocado with his corn, sauerkraut, and radishes along the side because they're pretty. And he's having a peach for dessert, and a can of sardines there is optional if he wants it. So I'm just going to cover that up so that it stays relatively warm. James should be here any time now, so I'm having an apple off of my tree for dessert. And for me, this is going to be more of a fiber meal. So I have some psyllium husk here. I'm going to add that to the water, and it's not really exciting. This one's bigger, I think. Yeah, that'll fit better. Anyway, I don't know what that was for. So that was quite a day, but I learned something new. That's great. It's great when you can learn something new in a day, right? So now I know how to make ravioli. Never knew before. Delish. But I mean, it makes you wonder when you start juicing things and then using pulp for recipes. It really, I mean, it has to make you think about the possibility that that's already occurring in processed foods before it gets to you, right? I mean, I can't tell the difference looking at it. So I don't think anyone could. I can't even taste the difference. It tastes good. So, but we'll ask James when he gets here if he can see the difference, because he has no idea how I've made this. So some of my raviolis fell apart, but not many. I thought they all would, you know, because remember I was having problems with the edges crimping with the sauce in between, but it held together pretty well. think I only had one exploded ravioli, which is just crazy. Some of the others might have leaked a little bit, but they still look fine. I love that you can now get psyllium husk just at Bulk Barn because it's a lot cheaper. And I suppose that would be thanks to all of the paleo people who are not eating fiber-in foods very much anymore. I think I overcooked it a little bit, but I was busy doing some other things and I just kind of like, oops, they're already floating. It's still good. And I put too much apple juice in my sauce because it's kind of runny. It tastes good this way though. So had I just cooked it with the lid off instead of on, that probably would have been fine. I should stop eating it. I'm gonna burn my tongue. It's really hot. Get really hot. Oh, and also another pulp thing in the sauce is the hot pepper pulp that I made into what do you call it? Chili powder. Worked really well. And it spices things up nicely. So. So, I don't dislike taking psyllium this way. It's not like it's horrible. It's just not good. So we'll see how much energy I feel like I have tomorrow. If I feel like I have energy, then I'll show you tomorrow a way to make taking your daily fiber, psyllium fiber, actually enjoyable. Got my nose running a little bit. I hope it's not too spicy for James. But yeah, as you stir the psyllium, it just gets thicker and thicker until eventually you're eating with a spoon like Jello. And it's not pleasant. My back is sore. Try to do as much of my cooking stuff sitting down as possible, but I still end up getting sore. So it's thick like applesauce right now. But yeah, if I keep stirring it, it just gets thicker and thicker. It's not bad. It kind of reminds me of like, I used to eat pablum until I think I was 4. I could remember eating pablum. I can still remember it. It was delicious. And every time, like, my grandma, she'd have it in her cupboard for little babies that were visiting or whatever. So when my sister was pablum eating age, I was certain that I should have it too. So I was still eating pablum. My grandma didn't see a problem with it. My mom didn't want me to eat that. Should be here by now. Well, that's really filling. I don't know how much more of this I'll be able to eat after the psyllium. We'll see.